You generate the best work when you're not thinking about it, when you're not putting yourself in a pedestal to achieve something. Your life is the fullest, happiest, when you're not thinking about living a certain way, when you're just living in the moment. And I realize this, this is not something that I found in books or podcasts or listen to someone. This is from my own experience of 21 years of living on this earth. I realized the best things I produced, the best work I did, the best things I generated is when I just did the work and not thought about any expectation or have anything in mind in particular. And when I just let the energy flow through me, I'm a medium through which energy flows. That's what I realized. I'm just a medium. And if I want something, I just got to let the energy flow through me. The more you think about it, the more you want to expect something, the more you're channeling that energy where it's unnatural. And in my channel, I talk about goal setting, you become what you think about, and those kind of things. And that's true. You should know where your mind is going. But actually, when you're doing the work, your mind should be completely clutter free. Not have any expectation. For example, this video, I want to make this good. I want to make this level. I want to make this so good that these people watch it. No, I was thinking like that yesterday, and I tried to record for 3-4 times. I just couldn't get it. And then I let myself go. I was like, let me relax. Let me just think, because I've learned this lesson so many times. I don't want to do it again. And I just relaxed. I had a goal to post one video every single day for 60 days until I get to 100,000 subscribers. But I just let that go. I had the goal in mind, but I just let it go. I just couldn't force it from me. Because in a way, I felt like I was blocking the energy. Whatever the energy wanted to do, I was pushing it a different direction. And it wasn't just working. So yesterday evening and today, I just relaxed. I didn't do much. I didn't have any expectations. And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like I can do anything. I don't have any expectations. I just feel like I can do some. And here I am, talking to you. The best things I generate comes from the work that I do not think about. I just do it. For example, the other day I was trying to get a 5K fast time for me. My previous 5K PR was 22 minutes, 17 seconds something. And I was trying to get 22 minutes, right? And I tried my hard, like 4 or 5 times. I tried my hardest. And eventually there would come a point whether it's like 3K, 4K, I would have to stop to catch my breath. Either my stomach would cramp or my hips would be insanely sore or something like that. Something like that would always come up. And the other day I just went on the treadmill and I was just like, I'll get a 5K, but I don't have any expectations on getting it at this time. So I just kind of did it. And I just had a feeling that I could just speed it up. I could go faster. And I did. And I got it for 21 minutes 30 seconds. 1 minute and 30 faster than what I initially expected. And that was on a day when I had no expectation. And I was baffled. I was surprised. Because when I finished that time, even I didn't know why I went that fast or how I did that fast. Because the last 4 times I failed to get time that was even slower than that, like 22 minutes. And I go 30 seconds faster. And I tried to do the same thing. I set a goal to get a 5K for under 20 minutes. And just a couple of days ago, I failed again. Because I had an expectation for the session I was doing. And I had to stop 3 times to take breaks. I went at 16 kilometers per hour for the first 2 kilometers. Then went at 15. And I got the time, but I had to take breaks. That was not my goal. And that really made me realize how important this is. This is not something I learned from books or podcasts. This is something I learned from my own personal experience. And this is the biggest lesson I've learned from anyone. And I think you should do the same. Don't take the advice from me just because I'm saying it. Take advice from yourself, from your own experiences. That's when you really grow the most. Don't get in this rabbit hole, because for years I was in this rabbit hole of improving. Listen to all these podcasts, Andrew Huberman for fitness, Jeff Nifford, and all of these kind of people, trying to improve everything so precisely that I want to maximize everything. And then just recently I realized that this is the worst way I could go about improving my life. The best way to go about improving my life is just learning from my own experiences. For example, Alex Hormozi, he's really intelligent, he's really smart, and you could get a lot of value from him. But if you're watching him just for the sake of watching this content and learning something just in case you can apply it in the future, then my friend, I'm going to be very honest with you, you're just wasting your time. And you can replace anyone in the place of Alex Hormozi who, provides insane value. But regardless of the value they provide, you're going to get nothing out of it. The only thing you can get out of yourself is the lessons from your own experiences. That's the best thing you can do for yourself. And even this advice you don't have to take from me. You can learn from your own experiences. Just go for yourself. Figure out for yourself if you produce the best work when you're not thinking about it. And then let me know. You don't have to listen to me or anyone else. Because that's when it goes the worst. When you try and implement something because somebody tells you to do that, sometimes it goes well. Sometimes you can align with the energy. Sometimes you do with the state of no mind when you're not thinking about it. You don't have any expectation, and it goes right, and you can grow. I'm not saying there's a way you can't. Surely, if that's a way that you grow and you realize that through your own experience, definitely do that. But don't put yourself on a pedestal to achieve something, to have an expectation from an outcome. Because when you do that, you essentially, I talk about this a lot in my videos. You become what you think about. You should constantly be thinking about what you want to achieve instead of what you don't want to achieve. So when you do this, when you have an expectation, and most of the times we don't reach our expectation, right? That's why most people are in the situation they are in. Because they expect something, they never receive it, and they constantly do that. They repeat that many, many, many times with many, many different things. And they just become depressed because they're not really achieving anything. But what happens when you don't really expect an outcome from any kind of process that you do? For example, this video, I don't have any expectation. It might get 10 views or 10,000 views. It doesn't matter to me anymore. Because I realize this main thing is that the more you expect, the less of a quality of a work that you generate. And right now my mind is just trying to make this perfect and make a point, but it just coming at me like I can't really think of anything right now. It just empty mind right now. I'm just talking, energy is just flowing through me. I'm might be going from topic to topic, but it doesn't matter. I'm just flowing. I'm just letting the energy flow. There's no expectation for me to stay to a particular topic. Energy to talk. I realize I talk better when I talk like this. I get a lot more ideas. I don't restrict myself from ideas. And I learn a lot more about myself when I just let my go like this. When I let myself go like this. That's what I meant to say. I forgot what I was saying just a minute ago because I was just talking. I was not really doing anything, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. When you're doing something, you shouldn't be thinking about it. You should not know what you're doing. If you know what you're doing, then you're thinking about it. You have an expectation. You're trying to make it better. And when you try and do that, you don't produce the great work because you're kind of restricting the energy. Let's say you have a river, right? And you're trying to get it downstream, but you have a specific path that you want to go, and you try and direct it. And whatever you put in the place of that, there's resistance to that. For example, there's a straight flowing river. You put a concrete wall in there. The concrete wall is receiving the pressure from the water, and that's holding it back. And it's going different direction, but it's not the way the river flows naturally. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but I'm saying when you put yourself in a restriction, when you put yourself in expectation, you don't let everything flow through you. You restrict yourself, and because of that, you don't get the best work. You only get partial work from it. And you might spend about 10 hours, 10 days, 10 years doing the same thing because of that restriction. you don't get a lot done compared to if you had let yourself go completely and you would have had everything in 10 hours, 10 days, 10 weeks, 10 years. Right? The best work you can generate is from the work that you have no expectations from. Because when you expect something, either you get to your expectation, either you don't. And most of the time, most people don't. But when you don't expect anything, when you just do the work, just because you're doing the work, there's nothing attached to it. You don't have to get anything from it. The getting itself is the thing that you're doing. The work itself is the reward. Right? Then everything that you could possibly gain from it is a reward. When you have no expectation, anything that you get is a positive, it's a reward. You're getting something when you didn't expect for it. It's a surprise. Whereas when you expect for something, you're expecting something and it falls below your threshold of what you were expecting, then that sets your mind to be in a state of, oh shit, I don't have it. And it's a cycle. The more you do that, the more negatively you think about yourself and the less you achieve and the more you restrict yourself in future trying to make it better. And it just makes everything worse. And I probably know you're probably in my same situation. You've been trying to make money online for the last 5-6 years and it hasn't worked out for you. I get you. I've been in the same situation. And up until I make this channel, I was exactly like you. I was trying to do this thing. I was trying to do SMMA, dropshipping, these kind of things. I was restricting myself to these things because they were right, because they were a way of earning money. Now I just let myself go. I just felt like starting a YouTube channel, and this is what I'm doing right now. I have no expectations. I have a goal to get 200,000 subscribers in 60 days, but I have no expectation. Whether I achieve that or not is fine. Whatever amount of subs I get is fine. So I think that's for me today. I'll leave you to it. It's very nice speaking to you. Yeah, I'll just see you in the next one.